Why won't it go? You see, it's not even coming up on the thing. Let's just go like this. Let's see. Huh. Now it's on. All right. What? Now it's on. All right, folks. Welcome back to Vandenberg Rocket Launches. It's a overcast Saturday morning, and these are what the conditions look like here in Lompoc so far. The fog is starting to burn off. This is where we're going to get a little, what should I do? Mainly because the fog's burning off. The launch isn't for another hour and 50 minutes scheduled. So, in that amount of time, with as warm as it's supposed to get today here in the Poke, a good percentage of this fog could burn off by launch. We're gonna head out at surf. But when I got up this morning and I checked the webcams, Jalama was actually looking really beautiful. No fog over Jalama. These little wispy clouds that you see on the top of the screen, there wasn't much of that out there, which means, you know, you can see it. You can see the rocket going downrange for longer. Uh-oh. Just saw a pop-up saying we lost connection. I don't know how that's possible. Oh well. It still has us going. So, we'll stop right here at Bailey so I can show you guys something. Because this is kind of unusual for the area. This is Bailey Street. Everything behind us is supposed to be developed eventually. All right. So this is the south side of town. There's our dump right there, our city dump in that little canyon right there. The launch pad's out in that direction. It's beautiful just in this little section right here, right? And then you turn this way and look, you got the sun coming up. Obviously that's looking back toward town. That's looking up toward Harris Grade. And as you could tell, you can't see anything. You can't see the hillsides out there. The fog is too thick. So as of right now, an hour and we'll just call it 45 minutes before launch. See, and the fog is essentially, the San Ynez River's over that way, along that tree line way out there. But the fog is kind of, obviously it's not right over the river because it's over here right now. But it's creeping its way back toward the river and getting clearer and clearer as the sun gets higher and higher in the air. Go. Go, 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 go. But if you look closely right above that ridge line in front of us, you can somewhat see the fog. Which I find kind of interesting that this little patch of town over here on the south side, southwest side, has a little bit of sunlight. And Good morning, folks. Welcome back to Vandenberg Rocket Launches. Another weekend launch of a Starlink mission. We were at Friday night. We go to our favorite place to eat, Toro Bronco. And we were talking to a gentleman next to us. We're both usually there. Him and his wife, and myself and my wife are usually there Friday evenings. It's kind of funny. But yeah, the discussion was, why so many satellites? Why do we need to have so many satellites up there? I don't know. So Dr. Evil can change his mind and blow the Earth up once he leaves to Mars. Hey, I don't mind. It brings tourist dollars to Lompoc, and Lompoc needs something. Actually looks like the fog is burnt off over here already. And since this is a morning launch, I don't know what the rules are for Ocean Park anymore. So I don't know if they're going to do the road closure back to 13th. Are they going to do it just to Ocean Park and allow people to park down there today? Since this is an early launch, that means the park is open. The Ocean Park officially closes at dusk and reopens at dawn, and we're past dawn, so it should be open. Which means if Surf Beach is full, you can park at Ocean Park. And please hike the trail. Don't walk the train tracks. Wink, wink. Oh. I can't tell. Oh, yeah, those are probably the field workers. The strawberry patch is full of... I don't really like calling them... I'll call them gatherers. All the gatherers are out there gathering strawberries right now. I don't like calling them the P word because my grandma was one of them. My grandma used to pick the fields. Sorry. Flashbacks of my grandma. Uh-oh. Is it closed already? Kind of looks like it. Let's see. Oh, yeah, they got it closed. Wow. I wasn't expecting that at an hour and 40 minutes before launch. Let's see, who is it today? They're parked too far back. I'm not going to worry about it. Alright. Well, folks, surf is closed. You know what? I don't know what time exactly today's launch went to 9 o'clock, pretty much. Look at this view this way now. How much more the fog was last night. I could have swore I saw it last night before I went to bed. Actually, I know it did because I changed my timer. But with the launch the window opening at 7, I would not be surprised if people are getting smarter and just getting here at the open of the window. So if the window opens at 9, they're getting here at 6. Because that almost ensures yourself a spot out there. Kind of a bummer that they're not opening Ocean Park. I was kind of hoping that would be open today and we were going to go out there. But nope. I probably would have got out and asked if we could drive down there, but there was that other gentleman looking like he wanted to ask what was going on, and no. Gotta watch the live streams or the videos to get bright ideas. Now, this road has a dog leg left up here in a minute, but as you can tell, the fog is burning off kind of quickly. So if you're in the area, this all goes to show, if you've watched past videos, how the fog works around here. So what are we, an hour and 38 minutes, just a little under, until launch. And this whole side of town, this side of ocean is clear. You'll be able to see the rocket go from over here. But if you're up there on Central, we'll make a left at the next street up here. Unfortunately, it's going to be a bumpy ride, so get your barf bags ready. Oh, no, that's right. The Wolf is the smoothest one out of all these roads. But we're going to make our way over to Central now. And we're just doing this because as of by the time we get to Central, we'll be back under the fog. I will demonstrate up here in a minute. But Ocean was clear of the fog. The fog monster was north of Ocean, but it's still somewhat covering Central. So, like, you'll be able to see the launch if you're up here on Central. It's just, you know, you're gonna have a little bit more fog to deal with. Which is kind of funny because what I think they're half a mile apart. I know they're over a quarter. That's a badass old house right there. Trying to grow vegetables in the road. That's why they water the road. They're trying to see if asphalt will grow lettuce quicker. I don't think it will. I think you need dirt to grow lettuce, but if you keep watering the asphalt enough, maybe it'll grow. All right. There's looking toward base. There's the clear skies. And then that's looking straight up. Oh, spin around. And there's the edge of the fog bank right there. So there's central. Harris Grade is over there in that foggy stuff. There's the sun hidden behind the fog. But as you can tell, like that wispy cloud way up there, that's above the fog. And then if you kind of stay pointed toward the sun, you can slowly see it thinning out. But over there, on the south side of town, you can still see a little bit of fog creeping over from Megalito Canyon. But it's clear on the southeast side of town. And then you got the fog bank heading out toward Buellton, San Ynez, Solvang, all 8 points east. Woo. All right. Hour and a half to go, folks. Hour and a half to go to launch. Hopefully. SpaceX had a pretty cool looking big ass rocket, or super heavy, or Starship, whatever they're calling it nowadays. I still like calling it the big ass rocket, even though it's supposed to be the big effing rocket. Anthony, you might be able to see it. Here, this is. I don't want to do it while I'm driving. Woo. You might be able to see it in Orange County because the sun should be behind you a little bit. You might not though because it's a daytime launch. Morning, JC. Oh, we just passed the frogs. Sorry. Kathy, thanks for checking in Apple Valley. Yeah, Richard, that's what happens to a lot of people. You get out here and you're not expecting it, and then all of a sudden the rocket launch goes. The funny part is if you're far enough away from the base, like if you're down in Santa Barbara or something, or along the state beaches somewhere down there, you hear the rumble and look up and it's too late. It's already gone. Oh, Mr. Eagle, back again. From the beautiful town or city of Bayside. All right, we're off. And as you can see, driving back toward town, the fog's getting thick again. Make our way up to Harris Grade, see what it looks like up there. Like I said earlier, I don't know if I said it, but I probably didn't. I checked the Dangermon and Harris Grade webcams. Dangermon was actually beautiful, nice and clear. You could see all the way down to the ocean. Harris Grade, the webcam is up higher than the viewing areas, and luckily years of doing this and just knowing the webcams in the area around here, this was what, an hour, 7:19, so about an hour and a half ago, an hour and 20 minutes ago, I think it was. I was checking the webcams, but where the webcam's placed, you could see fog somewhat obstructing the camera view, but only on one edge of it. Part of the upper right of the screen, you could kind of see clear skies. The lower left, I could see the fog. Well, you could still see across the valley. It wasn't like a real thick fog layer. It was actually pretty thin and down. It was above the viewing areas, but below the webcams. This is another one of them stupid cameras. So we're heading up there to see what it looks like, see what the fog looks like up there. I got a feeling at the viewing area, the main viewing area, the lower one, the turd plant has got a funk going on today. There's a lot of runners out today. Interesting. Good for them. I kind of want to go hike the Mission later today. It's been a while since I've hiked around the Mission. Just the problem is when you're in here, when you're in town itself, it's nice, cool for the most part. You get a nice breeze toward the middle of the day into the evening, which cools everything off. But then you get right outside of town and it's hot. You could be here, right here within town, and do what we're doing right now. Drive up to the village, drive up to Mesa Oaks, and there's days it's 15, 20 degrees difference from down here to up there. Most of the time that has a lot to do with the fog. If the fog is thick down here, then it'll stay cool, obviously. But there's a lot of times where you're driving up here, you cross the river. Up here in a few minutes, we'll be at the Y. And then once you get on the other side of the Y, it's usually nice and clear and hot. Oh, I went around it. We didn't go. It's only 7:30. So another half hour until Toro Bronco's open and you can go get some menudo or a breakfast burrito. Or the most important thing though, if you guys go to Toro Bronco and get some food, make sure you ask for the dessert menu. They don't have one, but they have dessert, so it's kind of an inside joke. Every time I go, I always hit up one specific waitress. She won't be there today. It's her birthday. Happy birthday, China! But yeah, just say, hey, you guys have any desserts or a dessert menu I could look at? They got some bomb desserts there. I keep telling them they need to do a dessert sampler platter because they got churros, donut churro with ice cream, fried ice cream. Their flan is awesome. Yeah. I gained like 3 pounds just thinking about it. Oh yeah, and they got a new one too, kind of, sort of, in a way. It's not official yet. We were gonna order it last night, but I wasn't that hungry, so I ate my one steak fajita taco, and that was it. And as you can see, we're still in the fog, folks. Sometimes it's vice versa. Sometimes the fog's down in town, and as soon as you get, sometimes right here, it's more or less the next stop sign where the sheriff's substation and fire department is. That's usually where it really clears up. I'm going forward. That's why I'm in this lane. Don't worry. Gotta make sure and look in this open. Oh, there is a coyote right there. Damn it. Always gotta check that field for coyotes. Coyotes love that field. Bobcats too. Bobcats love that field. I would assume because it's the ground squirrels and field mice and everything that are over there. And then it's very easy for the coyotes to head back north, head into all this brush, and disappear. There's houses to screen right. Screen right is the Mesa Oaks neighborhood. Screen left, they're further away. Like, I could probably throw a baseball literally and hit the backyard of the houses to screen right. But it's probably a quarter mile. I don't know. There's hiking trails over there on screen left. See, this is where the fog usually dissipates a little bit, but it doesn't look like it's going to. But there's hiking trails back over there to screen left. I know one time I hiked the loop. Well, I walked, or did I ride my bike? I don't remember. I think I walked from the village to my house and back. And I know that little stretch through there was like, and I was, weaving and wobbling through it. It's not like I just got on the trail and hiked it straight to where I needed to go. And I think I walked for like 3/4 of a mile up there before I decided, all right, let's get back on the highway and go. Folks, it looks like a good day to go post up on Ocean, see what happens down there. Because the fog, I'm not going to say it's thick, but we got an hour and 20 minutes to go-ish. So I don't want to play the guessing game of, oh, is it going to burn off from up here? Because there is a good chance it will burn off up here. Because at night, and you're going to stay here, it'll be fine. Unless it's like way off. If you can still see the lights of the village, yeah, see. this is a no-go area today. You can't even see you can barely see the viewing area right now. And you cannot see the pad for anything. So the fog bank is north of town. So if you're still on your way up here, or you're wondering where should we go, Jalama would be a good spot. That's a half-hour drive out though, so there's that, or 45 minutes depending, and that's just from the road. From Highway 1 and the Jalama Beach, Jalama Road intersection is 14 miles out to Jalama, which takes about, from right there, about 20 minutes, 15 minutes. I always say a half hour because I suggest just go slow. Yeah, see, unless this soup burns off real quick like, which I don't think it's gonna happen, folks. There's still an hour to go, so there is still a possibility that it'll burn off, but I don't know. I have a feeling it's might not. Wipe the inside of the window. But see, okay, so this is what I was talking about. If I go up to my secret spot right now, which I'm not gonna do because I don't feel like carrying a bunch of shit, it's probably clear up there, because now we're at the summit and look what we got. Sunshine. And if you look out there between the trees, you can see Tempest Peak and all that. Let's see, right about there. But yeah, you can see all the mountains way out there along the 166. So it's clear on this side of the hill, for the most part, but on the Lompoc side, I think this is why people, I don't want to say hate, but Lompoc has like the shittiest weather of Santa Barbara County, I would say, because we're always in this, fog monster, fog bank area. We had, so far, we almost touched 100 degrees, and we usually only get like 3 of those a year, maybe 4, but we don't get very many of them up here. Just drive through that green waste pile enough and it'll eventually be packed down and broken up enough where it won't be there anymore. But as you can see, straight out there is usually the wind turbines we focus on. Can't see any of that. Out there is the pad. Can't see any of that. Up there on top of the hill, there's a hill back there, believe it or not, is the antenna tower that I typically point at to show you guys where the webcam is. But there's the hillside. The sun's starting to peek over it a little bit. You got that hillside, which still has a little bit of fog on it, but it's slowly burning off. And the city of Lompoc's down there somewhere in that soup. All right, hour and 14 minutes to go. So we're not staying up here. Because, yeah. Oh, what the heck? Oh, what happened here? Hang on a second. What happened here? What happened here? Okay. I think we're going to get a blackout. Or we might. Oh, maybe not. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Okay, that's better, I guess. Well, folks. Oh, this isn't going to reach. Oh, found it. Oh, both of them are down here. How did that happen? Oh, come on. There we go. What are we at? 112. But yeah, as you can see, it's starting to burn off. You'll be able to see the rocket if you're up here and the conditions are like this. But the problem is that ceiling of fog right there. You're going to have to wait till the rocket gets above that, which, you know, that's a good minute or so you lose of the launch. So that's kind of a bummer. That's why I always go to that one, that viewing spot, because that one's up higher. This one's down a little bit lower, and it's typically closer to the fog. You kind of want to be away from it a little bit. But as you can see, that's what it looks like down here. That's looking east towards San Ynez, Solvang, Buellton, all of that. Let's see. Here's the difference. So in a few minutes, that's all going to clear out right on all of there. So you'll get a little bit better view, but you're still going to be blocked by the fog. So, since we've already been down to to ocean, we're going to go ahead and head back down that way today. Who knows? Maybe we'll end up at Old Faithful. And don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, share, tell all your friends, and turn on those notifications. We are in the realm of 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. launches. Today's launch was the window. Okay, we're in the realm of launch windows opening at 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. Today's launch, originally the window was, or launch time was somewhere around 7. Obviously, they've moved it to almost 9 o'clock. The next scheduled launch is the 28th at 7 p.m., which we are past solstice, so that means the days are getting shorter, which means anything after dark or around sunset, we get a better and better chance of jellyfish effect, which will be happening if they just keep it up. If they keep the launches between 7 and 7, or at 7 and 7, oh, in a couple months we'll have a pretty good chance of jellyfish effect. And then what do we got? The 28th at 7 p.m. and then August 1st at 7 a.m. I'm just kind of hoping and we'll have enough days for one more, which would be the 28th, and that'll put us at 8. And then we'll have back-to-back months, June and July, at 8 launches. And I just look at it like, will we hit a 10 launch month? I think we're still up to, we've only done 5 return to senders. SpaceX was approved for 10 this year. Obviously, do the math, there's still 5 left. So there is a good chance we could hit 10 in a month. Especially if they could get one off the landing pad fairly quick. Which I'm sure they can, because if you rewind to the beginning of the year, we had 3 return to sender missions. Back to 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 back. Yeah, we had 3 of them in a row. So they can clear them pretty quick. They just got to be ready for it and have the crane up here, which I know that's what they did at the beginning of the year. They brought the crane up early. Most of the time, like last time the return to sender happened, what was it? The next day on my way to work, I passed the crane coming in or coming up Highway 1 to get out to base. Yeah, I would like a 10 launch month, because if we get a 10 launch month, that'll put us close to 100. I haven't done the math recently, but I think we're still at like 90, somewhere in the 90s, that we will end this year on. And that's just SpaceX. I'm not including Firefly or Minotaurs or anything like that. SpaceX was the one, it was the provider that was approved for 100 launches this year. That's what we're sticking with. We're going off of their number. Just like my days between launches, where if this one goes today, where is it? We're going to be at 4.25 days, 4.25 days between launches. And that's just SpaceX. If you include the Minotaur and the Firefly, it's like 4.1, something like that. It still might even be 3.9, but I don't think so. Let's see. Let's see if Wiley is still out here. Is Wiley out here? No. It looks like Wiley took off. I don't see him. When we drove by a little while ago, Wiley had his face buried in the dirt, so I'm assuming he found something. Whether he was eating it or still trying to hunt for it, I don't know. There's a future viewing area up there by those flags, up there on the hill. That's supposed to be the viewing area whenever, if they ever build Space Camp. I hope they do. I hope they do. The developers are, I don't think they're really worried people aren't going to show up, but I know it's a question whether they'll show up, and trust me, there's nothing to do here now if people come to watch the rocket launches. You think if there wasn't some sort of, I don't want to call it an amusement park, but some sort of interactive area, educational center, people wouldn't go look? I guarantee it they would. I would. If they opened that thing, I'd get an annual pass, and I'd be like, hey, you mind if I live stream launches from here? I'll promote the shit out of Space Camp. I already do, and it's not even here. Developers I talk to, these bougie ass homeowners that I work for, I throw it at them sometimes. Rick Caruso, that I couldn't remember his damn name yesterday. Trying to get a hold of people like him. Tell him the story of Space Camp in Lompoc. I would go to like Pink or Carrie Hart or somebody like that. I was waiting to ask Troy Aikman. Yeah. Uh-oh. 7:47. I don't think Toro's open yet. Could have stopped by and got a breakfast burrito while I'm driving around. It's going to be over here, screen left, on that side. See, all you got to do is, if you're ever here in town and you want to find Toro Bronco, just look for the big old bull. Yep. Oh, there's already cars in the parking lot. Yeah. Last night I just had my usual. They're not on the menu. It's a secret menu item. 2 chicken fajita tacos. Yep. Those things are delicious. What are we at? Almost an hour. Almost an hour to go, folks. And this is still sleepy Lompoc at almost 8 o'clock in the morning. Excuse me. Oh, if you're up here to watch a rocket launch or you're looking for something to do, today is the Chalk Festival, Chalk Walk, down in Carpinteria. Free chalk, so you can go draw stuff on the ground. I don't even know what else is going on this weekend. Oh, Mid-State Fair up in Paso. But it's supposed to be like 105 up there today. Nope. One of the waitresses from Toro's going tonight. Or, yeah, she's going to the rodeo tonight. Hell no. I love rodeos too. I won't even go to the San Ynez rodeo, because when they have theirs, it's like, not all the time, but it's hot. One of these years I'll go to the San Ynez rodeo. I wanna be a cowboy, and you can be my cowgirl. We should have went back down Central to see if all those people were still jogging down the street. Like, is it a thing? Or are they having a competition? We're under an hour. We are under an hour till launch. Hopefully. I gotta throw that in there because what if they delay it another minute to an hour? I think the window is, or the launch is scheduled just before 9 o'clock right now. So technically, there's still 2 hours left in the window that they could change the time if they wanted to. So that's always a possibility. See, now we're back to pretty much where we started. We started the live stream behind us a little bit. But when we started the live stream, we were right on the edge of the fog, and we'll get up here to Bailey and we'll do the same thing we did last time. One time at band camp. When I lived on the west side of town years ago, my son and I took our dog on a walk, and there was somebody high-centered on this corner right here. She was drunk and didn't make the turn in time, so she ran over the curb and got herself stuck. So I was jumping on the bumper to try to help free up the car, and her husband showed up and started yelling at her, and he was slamming on the gas, and I was like, nah, let's go. So, if you were with us at the beginning of the live stream, we were essentially on the edge of the fog right here. You can almost see Harris Grade now, so it is thinning out. I can't see because of the glare on the screen, but yeah, you can kind of see the ridge lines way out there under the fog. So obviously it's burning off. You still got time. It looks like Harris Grade will burn off in time for the launch. But down here on the valley floor, you got these little wispy clouds over the far, far, far west end of town. And then it's pretty damn clear. If you look out that way, I don't really want to turn any further screen left because that's looking into the sun. But yeah, it looks like it's going to be a good morning for a launch, folks. Yeah, that's what it looks like out here. You know what that means? Old Faithful, most likely. Most likely we're going to Old Faithful. What's Old Faithful, Brad? Hang on a second. Oh. Old Faithful is a spot that I've been going to for a long time. A very, very, very long time. I ruined BYU University, their grad students and their acoustics department. Ruined a couple of their audio recordings. They used to come out here all the time and record the audio acoustics of a launch to, you know, determine sound and how far away people are going to hear it, how destructive it's going to be, all that good stuff. But they used to set up out here in the fields away from everything so they could hear specifically the rocket. And yeah, one time we talked through it, which I know irritated them. And a couple times, because of where I was set up, I had to drive not through their speakers, but you know, through where they were set up. One time I drove out there and there was a kid, no cars, no nothing, a kid just sitting there out in the middle of the field. And at first I didn't see the speakers or the microphones. And then I saw the boxes, didn't see him yet. I'm like, what the hell? And then when I stopped, I saw him move. And I, oh, I didn't even see you there. You must be with BYU. Yep, yep, yep. And I just thought that was cool because there's a section on campus at BYU with the Wilkinson name on it, and I'm related to that guy. Like a great uncle or something like that. See? What a difference about 45 minutes makes, huh? What's going on here? They must be moving fields. Huh. Interesting. They got a bunch of people over in these fields picking green strawberries. Oh yeah, 50 minutes to go. So let's see what ocean looks like. This section of road is much nicer since they re-asphalted it. I figured they were going to do the whole road, but they only did that little section. Got a car parked out there on Renwick. Cars out here now. Hey. was told people aren't supposed to park right there, but not these people on the on the right. But which way do I want to go? I don't really want to go that way right now. There's the NASA building, screen right. There could possibly be a booster in that shed. I know a ULA, I think they're the Vulcans. I'm not sure anymore. But I know one was delivered to base. But then they had the issue with I think it was the motors touching, the engines touched, and caused it to blow up or something like that from Florida. Kind of surprised there's not more people out there yet, but there's still 45 minutes to go. 46. We passed it enough times, but look at all of them out there. All of the gatherers all over that field. And they have been doing a lot of wide loads and heavy loads. So if you're out here during the launch, you may or may not see a police escort of a semi-truck, either loaded or unloaded. I know they had a delivery a couple nights ago. And the interesting part is they gotta go, if they're coming from LA, they gotta take the 5 up to the 166 and come across that way to the 101 in Santa Maria, and then come down the 101 and cut across, because they can't go through the tunnel at Gaviota. Yeah, it's burning off good now. As you look over that way, Harris Grade is way out there, and it's officially burned off from up there. So if you go up to Harris Grade, it looks like the fog has burned off enough where you'll be able to possibly see the pad. But looking from this direction up toward Harris Grade is still a little hazy. The valley looks really clear right now. That's looking east towards Santa Ynez, Solvang, and Buellton. And with the naked eye, you can still see the little blanket of fog out there. surprised, what, a year ago? This spot where I'm going to used to get a lot more action. Not so much anymore. And right up here is where the BYU acoustics people used to set up. Directly in front of us is where they would set up their, like, you know, little chairs and whatnot. And then right here on to the screen left is where they would set up their microphones to record the audio of the rocket launch. And of course they had like good speakers, so they could hear the rumble for quite some time from the engine, and just me driving down the road would mess up their acoustics. That's why they would come out here, because it was quiet and away from any noise pollution. I'm looking to get away from light pollution and a little bit of noise pollution, so you guys don't hear a bunch of crap in the background. Booster, Slick 3, and then if you follow that tree line along the ridge line, on the right hand side of it, you'll see a little white thingy sticking up, and then that plume that is plumage from the whatchamacallit, the storage tanks. When we at 40 minutes to go, right? Yeah, 40 minutes to go. So they're transferring fuel. They're starting to move fuel to fill the first booster, or the first stage if they haven't already. So that one plume you saw was, or the one white thing you saw was the booster on the pad, and the second white thing you saw was the plumage from the fuel. It's dissipated now, so you really can't see it, but we're probably going to go a little bit further today, so I don't have to worry about these damn power lines. But we don't want to go too far, because we still want to be able to see. We still want to be able to see Strongback and all that. What do we got? 39 minutes. And we still got a bunch of cars coming in. We got plenty of time. We've got plenty of time. I kind of think we should just go back to the original Old Faithful. Because see, now that we're a little bit closer, let me do it again. Okay. Man, this is going to suck with the sun right behind me. So there's the tree line. And just to the right of the tree line, right along the ridge, right at the top of the ridge, you might be able to see the booster poking up, or actually the second stage poking up. But it's right out there. Huh. I think we got time. Looks like they kicked everybody out of that spot right along the tracks. If you're ever out here and you're parked waiting for a launch and you look down at the ground and there's a 6-inch wide green stripe painted along the on the asphalt, that's base property. There's different areas around here where you'll be driving along and then all of a sudden you'll just see this green stripe painted on the ground. One side of the stripe is base property, the other side of the stripe I would say is public, but a lot of times it's not. It's just, this is base proper, like especially if you're up by the prison, the federal prison, there's a green stripe that goes across the road. Both sides of the road are federal property. It's just one side is base property and the other side is prison property. It's still Fed property. New Jersey. That didn't look like a rental car. The windows were tinted. Oh. This looks like it's going to be somewhat of a cluster right now. Yep. New York. That's definitely not a rental. What are we at? 34. Let's go for one more trip down ocean before we go to our spot for today's launch. Those cars were parked. Cars we just saw flipping a bitch were all parked right here. You're not supposed to park there, or definitely not supposed to park. That is official base property. You're not supposed to park on that side of it. So that's a no-go, folks. If you're ever down here, don't pull over there. Park along here where all these people are parked. This seemed to have thinned out too. Maybe they let people go out to surf. I don't know. Today. Get a little bit more of the booster in the shot. We'll be further away, which will kind of suck, but it'll kind of be a little bit better because we might be able to see strongback retract a little bit better. Back on Renwick. Look at everybody's gonna start moving. They're all gonna start migrating down there. Just stay at your cars. You'll get a better view at your car. What are you looking up?
Hello.
What are you looking up?
Lunch.
Yeah.
And
30 minutes, and you're looking that way.
That way, is it?
Yeah.
It is that way?
Yeah, it's over that way.
Okay.
Just pull up your maps.
It's number 2, right?
No, 4. You're looking for slick 4.
This one, no.
No.
So
4. You're looking for 4. Trust me, I got a live stream going right now. I know all about this shit. Yeah, look up slick 4.
Slick 4.
No,
No.
just put SLC.
SLC
4. Vandenberg, that top
Landing
one.
zone 4. Oh, this one.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what you're gonna be looking for.
Ah, and that's over there.
A little bit more to your right.
Okay.
Like where that telephone pole is,
Yeah.
it's gonna be somewhere in there.
Oh, brilliant.
If you guys are going to the road, it's gonna be more hard right.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Have fun. Okay. This is the most cars I've ever seen here on Renwick. Gotta be nice. Be nice, Brad. They're tourists. I've never really considered myself a tourist up here. My grandparents lived over in Santa Ynez. They bought their first property up there the year I was born, 1977. So I've been coming up here since I was a wee lad. As they like to say, since I was a thought in my daddy's pants, I've been coming up here. I don't get it. Why, like, it's all over the internet that SpaceX launches from Slick 4. So why would people be looking for Slick 2? So if you're down here looking for Slick 2, you are literally looking in the complete opposite direction of the launch. Slick 2 is on North Base, here in front of us. Slick 4 is on South Base, behind us. And I've seen it, I don't know how many times, where we're within a minute to go to launch, and I see people looking north. And it's like, what are you doing? Oh, we're looking for the rocket launch. You're looking the wrong way. No, it isn't. It's over here. It's Slick 2. Sometimes I am known to be an asshole. So there are some times where I'll just, people will, no, it's over here. Okay, whatever. I don't know what I'm talking about. You look that way. It happens a lot at Ocean Park. People go down to Ocean Park and they sit there and they, oh, look, it's over here. No, it's not. It's over here. And the funny part, at Ocean Park, you could see the booster. If you're up on the train tracks, you can see it. So it always throws me off when people are looking the wrong way, because it's like, hey, you see that big pencil over there blowing off all that smoke? Doesn't that look like a rocket? Doesn't that seem to be more logical that that's going to be what's going in the air right now? But I get it. They're not familiar with this. They're coming up to watch the launch. That's Old Faithful number 1. Actually, back there that we just passed, that's Old Faithful number 3. This is Old Faithful number 2 right here. And then, let's see. And then technically right here is Old Faithful 1.5. There's an old video of me out here in the mud in this truck, and I'm like fishtailing it. The ass end is over there toward the fence, the front end is over here toward the fields, and I was just pissed off at me because I got back into town and washed my truck off in the car wash. Well, the undercarriage. And the amount of mud I left in the car wash was unbelievable. And he was pissed. You know, I gotta clean that up. So, you own the car wash. Throw some coins in. Come on, Brad, relax. We're not doing donuts in the field. Want to stop. I turned around because I got a feeling I may just decide to and see if we could get 15 minutes after launch. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. There it is. Right here, folks. Yep. And we're down to 24 minutes to go. We'll point you guys over that way. The big white building right there, that's Slick 3. That's the ULA launch complex. If you follow that tree line to the right of the tower, right at the edge of the tree line, you'll see a little white thing sticking up. That is the booster. That is the rocket. All right, I guess. Where is it? Uh-oh. Okay. I thought I left the tripod at home. I was like, no, I know I didn't. Let's plug back in for a minute. 52% on the battery. On the bat tray. Make sure you raise this. All right. Let's check the comments real quick. See what we got going on. Oh, thank you, Bert, for watching in Goleta. Thank you, Lompoc. Oh, Alex, thanks for watching in Thousand Oaks. Oh, Rika, watching at Surf Beach. Yeah, you can go to 805.life/launches. Click into the live stream there, but you're already watching it. So you don't need to click in anywhere. But thank you for tuning in on looks like it's going to turn into a beautiful day. I don't know. Last time I heard, the news said it was going to be hot. It's going to be a warm weekend. And quite honestly, it already is pretty warm for being 8 something. That not effect. We want it in manual. We want the ISO turned down lower. That looks better. All right, that looks good. Let's get a couple pictures. Oh boy. Are we looking at Slick 4 or Slick 2? Well, even if you find it on the maps, I think Slick 2 says Firefly. And last I checked, this is a SpaceX Starlink mission. So no, we're not looking at Slick 2. We're looking at Slick 4. You see it right on the edge right there of the tree line. That's the booster. We got like 18 minutes to go till launch, or that's the rocket. I keep saying booster, but that's the rocket. So in about 10 minutes, the teacher will begin to speak. Sorry. I say stuff and then songs get stuck in my head. Like KRS-One. But yeah, that's the booster on the pad over there. Do I have an umbrella? Nope. Nope. There's the pad. And then there's Slick 3. That's the ULA launch pad. And then the NASA building. Trans Peak. And then our wind turbine farm. Blah. And then, if you started with us earlier today, you look out that way. No more fog. It's all burnt off. And now we're pointed back toward the pad. Okay, let's use, I guess we'll just use the booster. center to the right. Let's get that centered right about there, and that's to the right, so that'll work. Yep, that'll work. Yep. What are we down to? What are we down to time-wise? 15 minutes. So depending on when strongback starts, anywhere from 8 to 10 minutes from now, we should see the strongback begin to retract, which means that white thing you see sticking up just right of the tree line over there on that hillside. It'll go from a white thing to a white and a black thing sticking up. And the black thing is the strongback retracting. And thank you for joining us, folks. Don't forget to go over to PayPal if you'd like to donate some money. Oh, I don't think I'm allowed to say donate anymore. Who cares? V for V, baby. ITM in the morning to anybody that's a No Agenda listener. I'm a big No Agenda podcast fan. And unfortunately, Monday we lost a great man. John C. Dvorak passed away. He was one of the hosts of No Agenda. I just realized last night, finishing listening to the In Memory of episode on Thursday. I finished listening to it last night. And I realized, like, I've been listening to that show for almost 10 years now. Because I started listening to it when I first started at a different company I was working at. And that was a while ago. It's getting to the point where I'm about to take my shirt off and just go with my wife beater. I mean my slingshot. I mean my A-frame. Whatever they call these shirts. Oh, thanks, JC. I meant to mention that right now. Yeah, go over to the PayPal. PayPal, I think it's like .me, blah, 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 / Vandenberg Rockets. If you'd like to donate $1 or $2. Yeah, I think it's time to go. Take the big shirt off and go with the undershirt. Because it's warm already. Warm for Lompoc, at least. All right. I'm leaving you guys that way. Not really moving it around because we still got a little bit of time. Like 5 or 6 minutes until strongback starts falling back. Oh, man. Okay, good. We got about 5 or 6 minutes till strongback starts to retract. And I don't want to miss it. I want you guys to be able to see the strongback retracting. From Booster 1100, which we're patiently waiting for its 8th launch, its 7th Starlink mission, and this is Group 1751. The only other mission 1100 has flown, and I believe it was its first mission, was NRO 105. 1100 last flew July 1st. So, 25 days ago. And that was the 44th launch of the year. And today is the Oh, shoot. No, maybe I did redo it. But we're at 2.4. We're averaging 4.25. If this goes today, it'll be 4.25 days between launches. And this is the 25th week of the year. This will be the 48th SpaceX mission. SpaceX launch this year, the 7th for the month, which means we still have time to reach 8, because the next scheduled launch is the 28th at 7 p.m. And then the next scheduled launch after that is August 1st at 7 a.m. I keep saying it, folks. We're in the 7 to 11 cycle right now. Either 7 a.m. or 7 p.m. until 11 a.m. or 11 p.m. are the Starlink windows. And let me see here. Yeah, this one's going further offshore. This launch is going to where all of these have been going lately, further offshore, more of a south-southwest trajectory rather than a south-southeast trajectory. The southeast trajectories hug the coastline. The southwest trajectories go out into the Pacific more. Uh-oh. All right, what are we at? Like 8 minutes. So in the next minute or two, we should start seeing strong back retract. Yeah, it's booster 1100. One of the babies on base. Obviously, 1100 is a newer booster. So, less numbers of launches. You get into like 1060 whatever, 63, 65, 67. Those are in the 30s already. You get into the 70s. I think 1071 here on base is up to 33 or 34 launches. And then you get into the 80s, 1080, blah, 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 blah. Those are in the teens and 20s. And then the 90s, same thing, low teens and 10s. And then you get into 1100, 1103. And those are, I see a lot of movement going on ocean right now. But those are single digits. 8, 3, and 2. I believe the 1100s are right now. Oh, I see more plumage going on. If you look a little bit further right, you'll see a little tuft of white smoke coming up from the ridgeline. That means we're getting closer and closer and closer to the stages being full. But there's a lot of traffic going on over there on ocean right now. And it kind of looks like a lot of cars have moved on Renwick. All right. So any second now, we should start seeing strong back happen. So if you look at that little white thing right at the edge of the tree line, right above my finger when it zooms back in on that. Any second now, we're going to start seeing 2 distinct objects on that ridge line. And one is going to be, the white one is going to be the rocket standing on the pad. And then the black thing that's going to be falling away from it is the strong back. And once again, folks, thank you for tuning in to Vandenberg Rocket Launches. We're a couple seconds away, or a handful of seconds away, from strong back beginning its retract. That is the booster, the rocket, just to the right of that tree line. Go up just a cooch on that one. That way it'll zoom back in on that. Actually, let's go up. All right. What are we down to? 4:30, and I don't see anything happening with the strong back, which is not a good time. Moose Turder, welcome back. Good morning. I don't see strong back happening yet, which usually happens about 5 minutes before 0. So it's either been pushed a little bit. You can see the plumage further right of the rocket. Yeah. 805.life/launches still has 4 minutes and 11, 10, 9, 8. Oh, I think I see it moving now. Nope, maybe not. Huh. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. There goes strong back. Strong back is retracting now, folks. It looks like they moved the launch about 30 seconds back. 805.life has 3 minutes and 20 seconds, and the timer I have going on has 2:40. Oh, yep, see, the strong back is retracting. The strong back is retracting, folks. So now we're about 3 minutes to go till launch. Usually the strong back is fully retracted about 2.5, 3 minutes before 0. It looks like it is completely laid back now. Oh, if you're at Surf Beach, make sure you do a wide, not a zoomed in shot, do a wide shot and get a picture of the exhaust coming off of the pad. I'm going to try to say zoomed out enough to catch it. Don't know if I'll be able to, but we'll try. Okay. All right. Okay. You can somewhat see that little plumage over there to the right. That is the tank farm. 2 minutes to go, folks. 2 minutes to go. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, share, tell all your friends. Turn your notifications on so you know when we go live. It's not like we have a scheduled day and time. It all depends on when the next launch is going to be. All right. down to a minute and a half. We're down to a minute and a half, folks. Don't forget, when we see the engines crest that ridge line, hit the like button. Even if you've already hit it, hit it over and over and over again. All right, we're gonna zoom out a little bit. Huh, I wonder what that noise is. All right, 45 seconds, folks. 45 seconds. We're gonna put it up just like this a little bit. Get that one up a little bit higher. And there it goes. There it goes. Ignition and liftoff. A booster 1100. And there goes booster 1100, ace launch. And unfortunately, oh, let's go back. Oh yeah, you can see it. We won't be able to see it for too long. Because of the sun. The sun's gonna fade it away. Well, there looks like went first stage cut off, second stage ignition. It's gonna be a little bit harder for you guys to see. And I can't even see it anymore. And there's the max Q plume. Everything's dissipated from the pad now, so you really can't see much of that. But that, folks, was booster 1100's 8th launch. The 7th Starlink mission, the 7th launch for the month of July, which puts us at 4.25 days between launches. Let you guys listen to the rumble for a minute. Hope you hit that like button. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit it again. Let's see. What do we want to do? It's usually 15 minutes after launch we get the strong back fall down. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna break down real quick, and we're gonna try to get out there before it lays itself down. See if we can get a picture of that or a video of that. Get in there. Get in there. You can still hear the rumble. That's why BYU Acoustics would come out here, because it's a great spot to listen to the rocket go. Forgot my coffee cup in the bed of the truck. Now, unfortunately, because it's so bright, oh, it's still in the back. That ain't no big deal. Because it's so bright, you can't see re-entry burn, which is a bummer. We gotta see if we can make it. We gotta see if we can make it, folks. Surf before the strong back retracts. It may have done it already, because this is where I normally hang out, right here. But that's, you can only see the little edge of the top of the booster of the rocket. But if you park further back, you can see more of it. Granted, you're further away, but you can see more of it. Up getting in trouble. We told you to slow down, dust control. I know. Turn dust control on right now. I wonder what happened here. All these cars that were parked along Renwick are already gone. So that means either as soon as stage separation happened and you kind of lose track of the rocket, you lose track of the second stage, because it's just a faint little dot in the sky at that point. They jumped in their cars and left. Or they moved their cars down to ocean. I just thought that was funny how all kinds of people were parked over here. One of these days when it's super clear, I plan on staying out here at Surf so we can get the launch. I would prefer it to be like a sunset day. Oh, there goes that power wagon again. Dusting everybody out. But I'd prefer it to be like a sunset day. That way we can see the booster a little bit more, but I don't want it to be too dark because I would love to see the strongback fall down. Well, that's having to sit there and load YouTube and Facebook and Instagram sometimes. I've been playing around. Now we're heading out to Surf Beach. Hopefully we get there in time before the strongback retracts. Oh, got it. It's a beautiful day today too. Now that the fog's burned off. Oh, it looks like it's still up. It looks like strongback is still up. Please tell me there's no police out here. Sweet. Yep, strongback is still up. What do we got here? What do we got here? What do we got here? The Ranger. That ain't too bad. Dude, like, you're standing right in the middle of the street, folks. Right in the middle of the street. I'm gonna get in trouble for this, but sometimes you gotta sacrifice for the socials. All right. Ah, let's lower it. Let's lower it. We're gonna be right alongside those telephone poles. Oh, wait. Oh, no. Come on, come back. All right. Got this one back up. Excuse me. Damn it. I think you guys might be able to see it. I see the little plume going on. So just to the right of the telephone poles and just to the left of that plumage going on in the distance, you might be able to see the little dark thing sticking up. That is the strongback. Now, if the base cops don't come out here, we're gonna hang out right here until we see that thing drop, because I'm in a no parking zone. You're not supposed to park right here, but I don't know. Moose Turder, you're welcome for the coverage. As you know, I enjoy doing this crap. It is part of the fun. Yeah, you can barely see it on the live stream. Uh-oh. Damn it. Cops just came. I know, I'll move. I just wanted to get the strong back falling. Damn it. Come on. Shiced. Oh, there goes the big purge. They're cleaning out all the lines. They're purging all the remaining fuel in the lines. So any second now we should be seeing Strongback fall back down. Oh. Are they coming for me? No. Oh, damn. Okay. I guess we're safe, huh? They left in a hurry. I shouldn't do this, but I'm going to do it anyways. And what am I talking about? Sticking around. All right. So, everybody at home knows I have my Z50 set up on the pad, which is a much clearer, sharper, more of a zoomed in view on the Strongback. And that's what we're waiting for right now. I want to see the Strongback fall. And it's got to do it before the base cops come back, because if the base cops come back, I'm probably going to get a ticket and kicked out of here and not be invited on base anymore. But we're going to sit here and we're going to see. Because it's usually, I've noticed it's about 15 minutes after launch, it drops. So we're going to hang out for a few minutes and we're going to see what happens. We're going to see if we're able to see it. Because they both hit their lights and took off. And I hate to say it this way, but there's a possibility we have another alternative national trespassing on property, because that's kind of been the thing lately, of people trespassing on private property, base property, just properties in general. Okay, we're still okay. We still don't have anybody, no more base cops coming. We got people coming, but no base cops yet. So we had the big purge. The big purge is the cleaning of the lines. They're getting all the fuel out of the lines so they could lay the Strongback down and pull it back into the barn. So hopefully, in the next few minutes, we'll see the Strongback lay down. Hello. But like I said, if the base cops show back up, we got to tear everything down and leave. And I probably won't even tear it down. I'll just throw everything as it is in the truck. Oh, you know what I need to do? Found it. The top fell off of my Yeti when I floored it. Come on. Fall, baby, fall. And once again, folks, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, share, tell all your friends. Let them know about Vandenberg Rocket Launches, the YouTube channel, and the small little city of Lompoc. Tell them to get their asses over here to see a rocket launch. They're actually pretty damn cool. Even today. Oh, more plumage. More plumage. See, I'm just interested, does it gradually fall slowly, or does it just kind of like bloop, fall down to the ground? Kind of interested to see. That's why we're back out here. Or that's why we're out here waiting for Strongback to do something. Oh, here comes the power wagon again. And we should be getting close to Strongback doing something. I would have had time to go park and then run up the hill and all of that, but it's happened to me several times now where I'm at Surf or I'm at Ocean Park and I walk up or down the hill, and by the time I turn around, Strongback has disappeared, which means it laid down. I'm looking through the Z50, see if I see anything, any more purging going on around the pad. If I see Strongback starting to retract. Nobody's out there yet, employee-wise. It's usually a little bit after. Oh, another little purge. Got another little purge going on. But I don't know, I think one of the kids I know that works out there, he's an adult now, but he used to play baseball with my son. So he's still a kid to me. But he told me it's usually like an hour after launch that people start coming back to work. Because it's not like, they're done for the day. The Saturday crew is going to come in and do whatever needs to be done around the pad. I think. No. Yep. Was that him? Nope, that wasn't him. That's a Pennsylvania plate. Come on, Strongback. Fall already so we can get out of here and I don't get in trouble. But the booster has well landed already on the Droneship. Of course, I still love you, out in the Pacific Ocean. And I don't know how that works. I don't know if it lands and they just start flying back toward Long Beach, because that's where the Droneship goes. The Droneship does not come back here to Lompoc to drop the boosters off. It goes to the port of Long Beach, right by the Queen Mary. They have a dock down there with a crane that picks the booster up and lays it down into a cradle. And then they load it on to another barge, usually with a second booster and some fairings, and they, what do you want to call it, boat up here? Steam up here? They venture up here to Lompoc through the Channel Islands Channel, and then at Point Conception they turn north and head along the coast a little bit further and pull into the boathouse where there's a large dock, a large boat ramp, and then they unload the boosters. And then my ex-son-in-law tugs it around to wherever it needs to go. I should have turned the timer on after the launch to see where we're standing. Moose Turtle, the booster disappeared or the strongback disappeared? Of course the booster disappeared. Oh, well, no, because you said RTLS, so it would have been. So, when the rocket lands, you see the little plumage going on, right? Well, just to the left of that, there's two little white dots. The landing pad is over in that direction. The launch pad is to the left of that plumage. The landing pad is to the right of that plumage. It's like 1,000 feet southwest of the launch pad. And it's in a little valley. It's lower than the launch pad. So if you're ever out here, that's why you can only see the top of the booster when it's on the launch pad. But if you walk to the end of the train station, you walk south on the train station to the very end of it, you could get a better view of the rocket, the booster on the landing pad. But right along that black thing sticking up right along the ridgeline, just to the left of that plumage coming up, that is the strongback. And we're patiently waiting for it to fall, which I would assume it would have done it already. And it hasn't yet. But we're not leaving unless the base cops come back, then we'll leave. But for now, we're gonna hang out for a few more minutes to see if we see strongback fall. But this is the conclusion of Booster 1100's 8th launch. Its 7th Starlink mission. Its 8th mission in total. Ken Grody Ford! If they still have the same building behind the Fullerton Airport, I put the sprinklers in it. The fire sprinklers. Let's see. Do we got anything? Oh. I keep hearing cars come up behind you. They used to let us park behind the barricades over there. Like if you're a local and you wanted to come out and get a sandwich and have lunch out here or dinner or whatever, you used to be able to park over behind those white things over there on the right. Come on, strong back fall. This will be a first for me too. Waiting out here until Strongback falls. And it's another reason why I got Starlink, so we can hang out here for as long as humanly possible. Until the phone dies or the Starlink dies, one or the other. Phone service is a little bit better out here now. It used to be absolutely zero cell phone service. We got more plumage going on. Yeah, the base cops took off code 2. Lights, but no sirens. So something was going on. At least they weren't coming this way. Last time I saw emergency vehicles coming this way, there was an ocean rescue going on. Somebody got pulled out in a riptide. And to the on-screen left, that hazy black thing sticking up along the ridge line, that is the strongback, which we're waiting to fall, and then we'll wrap up this live stream. Thank you for tuning in, folks. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, share, tell all your friends. If you'd like to donate $1 or $2, head on over to PayPal. Look for Vandenberg Rockets. That's me. Let's see. Got anything? Oh. There goes that Mercedes again. I've seen them like 3 or 4 times today. Well, I don't really want to push my luck too much, folks. So we'll give it like 5 more minutes. And then we got to get out of here because I don't want to get a ticket or yelled at or anything like that. And with my luck, I'll go to tear everything down and the strongback will fall. This is like one of the longest times post-launch that I've seen the thingy up. The strongback continues standing. Usually it's 15 minutes. I've always noticed about 15 to 20 minutes after launch, that thing starts falling back down to the ground. Well, it actually disappears from wherever I'm watching from. Whether it's Old Faithful or out here at Surf, or if I leave Harris Grade and haul ass down here, it's usually down by the time I get here. And from Harris Grade to here typically takes me 20 minutes to get here. So in that 20 minutes, it's already retracted, but it lays itself back down on the ground. And then in the midst of all those power poles on the left side of the screen, you'll see that white building. That is the SpaceX barn. That is where the final steps of putting the boosters together with the second stages and all of that happens. One side of the building is the customer side. That's where the satellites and all that are encapsulated in their fairings. And then the other side of the building is where the boosters hang out. And then they put them all together and stick them on the strongback and roll them out to the pad and stand it up and then wait to launch. All right. Sorry, I keep hearing these cars come up from behind. And I'm waiting for one of them to be the base cops to be like, didn't you say you were leaving? Well, yeah, but not yet. Let's do it like this. Isn't it like, you know, when If you watch water boil, it'll never boil. But if you turn away for a hot second, it'll start boiling. So let's turn away for a hot second. I'll keep my eye on the strong back, but I'll turn you guys north. See, everybody earlier when they were saying, oh, aren't we supposed to be looking at Slick 2? Slick 2 is way, hang on, I'm almost there, way over there on North Base. That's where the Firefly pad is, up there. And that's like the only active launch site on North Base is up there. And that is Slick 2, the Firefly facility. There's the ocean out there. All right. And there's ocean out there. And then another plumage, another big plumage going on. As you can see, that's the strong back hidden behind that plume right now. Who knows? Maybe they're watching my live stream and they don't want me to get it recorded. That's a big plumage. That looks like the rest of the fuel being purged through the lines. And that's from the tank farm. Come on, wind, blow it away. Blow that plumage away so we could see the booster or the strongback fall. Uh-oh. And the camera is on red. The camera is red, which means the battery is almost dead, and so is the phone. The phone's at 20%. Which means the camera's probably about the same. Oh, there it goes. It looks like it's falling now. It looks lower in the horizon or on the ridge line. Yep, it's falling. It is falling down. I could see it through the Z50. It has just disappeared behind the ridge line. So there goes the strongback. Well, folks, that does it for today. We didn't get re-entry burn because it was too bright, but we got strongback laydown. That does it for today, folks. I think they have to purge all the lines out. One, they don't want it laying down, like a reverse purge. Send everything back out through the tank farm. That's what that probably big purge was, making sure all the lines were cleaned out. No flammables before they let the employees back. All right, folks, thanks for joining us. That's it for today. Don't forget, the next launch is the 28th. Scheduled for the 28th. Doesn't mean it's going to happen that day. That's why you got to turn your notifications on. Because, like I say, we never know when we're going live. Let's finish this live stream with the view of the beautiful Pacific Ocean. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to hit the like button. And don't forget to come back on the 28th for the next SpaceX launch. Until then, have a good weekend. See ya!